If someone held a gun to your head and told you to say your favorite crypto right now, what would it be? Back a few months ago, I would have hands down told you Algorand. But now looking at some of the rewards in the governance program and them taking away the reward participation program, I don't know if I would say the same anymore, especially with all this stuff that we're into. So today we got our first reward payout for the governance period 1, and we are going to discuss that. So stay tuned. Nerdy dude stuff. For those of you keeping track at home, today's beer of the day is brought to you by Ecliptic Brewing out of Portland, Oregon, Earth. This is a nice, tropical, hazy, juicy IPA made at 7.2% alcohol by volume. This is actually one of the few IPAs that doesn't use Citra hops, and this has got Amarillo, Azacca, Centennial, Mosaic, and Simcoe. This has a really nice, juicy burst, which I guess, when you think Starburst, I know they're going for the galactic experience, but you really kind of is juicy, like biting into a Starburst candy with a nice back mouthfeel, hopsy, invasive flavoring. So you have good aromatics of the juiciness up front with a good tongue feel, juiciness up front, and some very strong, hopsy back mouthfeels going down. Probably a 9.2 out of 10. Cheers to you guys. Bink! What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video about Algorand. If this is your first time on the channel, please take a moment to consider hitting that subscribe button, liking this video, and turning on the bell. Now, we were playing Call of Duty the other night with our buddy Mind of Tron, and all of a sudden both of our phones went bzz, bzz, and we're like, whoa, what's going on? And we saw we had Algorand rewards deposited into our Algorand wallet immediately from the governance program number 1, and we want to go over that today. So without further ado, we're just going to jump right into it, show the results, show the rewards, show what we can kind of be looking at for the rest of the year, and if we think it's worth it or not. So let's jump over and take a look on my computer, do some maths, drink some beer, and have a good time. All right, so first we're just going to jump on to the price of Algo. It's at $1.68. We've been watching it go between $1.68 and $1.75. Heck of a lot better than where it was earlier this week, and I do think that's also because of the governance rewards that have come out. Unfortunately, I don't think the rewards caused enough FOMO to have the price increase, because I would have expected it to be around $2 to $3 around this time frame, especially with those rewards, and especially with the governance program number 2 starting in the next day or so. At least Algorand is currently sitting at a top 20 coin. Let's just jump real quick into the Algorand governance information that you want to hear. If you haven't committed your Algo yet, we've got 1 day, 20 hours, and 2 minutes, so just shy of 2 days at the time of filming to do that. We are currently sitting at 1.6 billion Algo with 70.5 million in rewards and 58.1k governors at the moment. If we look at last governance period number 1, we had 1.7 billion Algo currently staked in there with 60 million in rewards. So we are looking at an increase in rewards, about 10.5 million in the rewards, and we are probably we're about 100 million Algo shy of matching the same numbers. So what that means is if the committed stake reaches 2 billion in the reward structure, then we're going to be looking at about 12% APY for this period. If it stays under the 2 billion, it's going to be in that like 12 to 13, 14, 15% range. And if it goes up to 4 billion, we're only looking at about, I think it was 8% APY, or like 6 to 8% APY. So the committed Algo staked isn't too bad. I do like where it's at, especially if it stays under that 2 billion range, and we're looking at an extra 10 million rewards thrown out there. Now, let's look at my results, okay? The results that we're going to see on screen here in just a moment are strictly the results of the Algorand governance period number 1. These are not the results that were also given to us from the last quarter of the reward participation staking. These are specifically from the Algorand governance period 1. And without further ado, we received 175 Algo right here. We received 175 Algo. Actually, it was a day ago, but we received 175 Algo. We have had 5,000 Algorand locked up for our reward program. And actually, now that we've gotten some more Algo in there, I'm going to go ahead and change this and do that on screen, because we actually want to commit more of our rewards into Algorand versus just the regular 5,000 that we've had. So we've got 5,242. We're going to lock away 5,000 5,240. We want to keep some Algo uncommitted to cover any fees that we might have. But with 170 at the current price right now, so 175 Algo times 1.68. So just for that 3-month period, we've made almost $300 in Algo. So actually not too bad. And I'm going to show the beginning of the video we talked about. I don't know if I like it because it's not the same as the reward program, but we're going to take a look at how much we would have made if this reward program was still the same. And again, this was strictly the governance. It wasn't in tandem with that extra 6% that we were getting from the reward program as we were double dipping. So we actually earned more for the quarter, but the 175 was strictly from the governance period. So let's go ahead and commit some more Algo here. And we already have 5,000 committed, so we're going to change this to 5,240. We're going to commit those Algos. And then what's going to happen is it's going to send us an Algo transaction onto our official Algo wallet. And we're going to pull that up, and we're going to approve that transaction when it pops up on our phone. Yep, I already did that. Thank you. I'm going to take this moment to say that if you guys like and appreciate the content, there is an Algo address in the description of this video. Any and all Algo tips are greatly appreciated. And we'll give you a shout out if you leave a comment on the next video. Well, the transaction's not coming up on the mobile device, and I don't feel like recording myself do that for the next 20 minutes because I want to just wrap up filming this video, and I'll do that later. But we're going to end up, we still have our 5,000 committed. We want to bump that to 5,240 just so we can earn even more. So let's talk about real quick the actual, let's imagine, let's say per se, or imagine, use our thinking caps, that we were going to be getting 170. Let's say the numbers stayed the exact same. Obviously, the numbers are going to be different because we're going to have about the same range of Algo committed, and we have 10 million more in rewards. But let's say that for the 4 quarters of the year, we earned the same amount. So technically, we would potentially earn 700 Algo in the course of a year with just our, with just our 5,000 locked up. So we've got that number there. If we go into the Algorand calculator now for the Algorand Explorer that shows the calculator staking, they are saying that there is still a current annual yield, which is excellent at 0.69%. I'm not sure how 100% true that is, although I just looked at my Algorand wallet, and it said I had about 0.6 rewards in there. So if that's true, we are still getting 0.69%, which is still awesome. So we're looking at getting 1.58 a week, 5.4 a month, 34.72 a year with just our 5,000. Actually, if we do it as our 5,242, it bumps it up just a little bit more, which is really, really enticing. Which I really like that. But really the numbers that we're looking at right now is the original numbers we were getting was about we were getting about 6%. So we plugged that in here. So 5,000 times 0.059 is 295. And I can already tell you this is only for a full year. This isn't for a 4-month quarter. So if we're looking at the Algo governance program giving us 700, if it stayed at 175, 700 Algo over the course of the year, and we would have just earned a 6% APY with the reward program at 295, that already speaks for itself. That's already 405 Algo more just because of this reward program, and it's going to be a little bit more stable as long as we participate and we see what the actual governance is going to be. Like I said, they have 2 tiers. If 1 billion was locked away, I believe it was like 18% APY. If 2 billion is locked away, it's 12% APY. And then if 4 billion is locked away, it's like 6% APY. So that's already something very attractive and very nice that we see here. And of course, we know that Algorand, there's limitless potential for this token, with it being the trilemma that's, scalability, transaction speed, decentralized, truly decentralized, and its security and all that stuff. This is just, we're at a low point in this token. And I'm still very bullish and very active on Algorand. I don't buy as much as I did back when I first got into it, just because I have been diversifying my portfolio and, getting into other platforms and projects. But I will never get rid of the base 5,000 that I have, because that was always my goal. So I still do appreciate and enjoy Algo very much. There's still a lot of function and utility, and I really enjoy the governance program and participating in that, which is awesome. So if you guys haven't yet, you've got 1 day, 20 hours at time of recording to get yourselves into the governance program, and we're probably going to be looking at a little bit more. So if we are still committed at that 1.7 billion Algo, there's going to be 10 million more added to the reward pool. That's what they've committed. So each quarter of 2022, we're going to be getting 70.5 million, which they've committed, a certain amount each year up until max distribution of 2030. So really nice to get a nice hand in the pie. And I don't really ever seeing the algo committed jumping all the way up to that 4 billion just based on how much is in max supply and circulating supply. So these are some really attractive numbers. And I was really hoping, that FOMO would kick in and get this price driven up even more than what we are currently looking at. Anywho, that's going to do it for me today, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to me on Discord or Twitter. Links for that stuff is in the description of this video. Overall, I know I was kind of like, in the intro, but I still am really happy and excited about Algo. I think the rewards are still fantastic. Of course, you want to see a bigger number, but at the end of the day, that's 175 that we got for 3 months versus 175 that we could have gotten for a full year, and that's having that 5,000 locked away. So still very, very happy with the project and what the coin utilizes. Obviously, we're using, Planet Watch and block create and all that stuff on the Algo blockchain. So I'm really excited to see the growth of Algo, especially with we've got Ketsauni on there and all that stuff as well. We've got YLDY that we're still in. Someone asked me if they would, do YLDY or the governance program, and it's about diversifying. So we've got 5,000 Algo currently sitting in the governance period. Well, 5,242 now, and then we've got about 100,000 YLDY sitting over on that. So we've diversified ourselves all around the place. So it's not a matter of if, one or the other. It's a matter of a spread out, and as long as that's paying out and we're still getting daily rewards on that one, why not be involved in it? So that's just my 2 cents, kind of off on a tangent there. Maybe we'll do a video covering that here in the next few days or so, just so you guys can see it and get in or test it or any of that. Otherwise, like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell notification, all that good stuff. I'm O'Price, and we'll see you guys next time.